How did To Be or Not to Be change the landscape of theater? Were medieval plays just Bible stories for an illiterate audience? Hi, I'm Kyle A. Thomas, theater historian and host of the Pageant Wagon Podcast, where we explore medieval and early modern theater by talking to the scholars, experts, teachers, and practitioners who study it.
I loved the Chester plays in some ways. I was like, this is so dumb, but like so great and so playable. The things that I could understand about how the plays worked seemed to keep getting missed. And I was like, what? Because I was reading it from my background, already like just noticing things about these texts that are really canonical texts, but that have been really misunderstood, particularly with reference to the fact of their relation to performance.
I noticed he kept using wrestling terms. So when I was in the dictionary trying to figure out, like, what is he talking about? It was all these wrestling terms. And I started highlighting them, and I'm like, he's throwing down as a wrestler, and he's threatening to wrestle mankind, and he's doing this in play after play. So then I was curious about medieval wrestling culture and its connections with performance.
I think ecological questions like this are very timely and very relevant, and I think this is a really cool way to approach them.
And having a giant T-Rex skull that is larger than me, which is our backstage, really helps.
So
I don't know how to put a Hamlet in a season yet, but when we do, it's going to be way too on the nose.
And so again, the theater is having to make an argument for itself of, why spend a lot of money on a one-off evanescent experience when I could take that same money and go buy a really nice earthenware jug from China that I can use repeatedly? And theater doesn't make the case.
The assumption that the individual receives the material is a post-Protestant way of thinking about it. That drama isn't passive, it does intervene into the spectator's sense of themselves, but it's entirely a communal experience in the Middle Ages.
And I think that's how we destroy Shakespeare, is when we teach it at the secondary level as how do these words match, and what is the syntax, and what is the word structure, and that's very important. But especially for a freshman or sophomore, if you're not being playful, if you're not performing, if you're not geeking out about the weird things that you think are cool in Shakespeare, there's no point.
Check out the Pageant Wagon Podcast, coming soon on all major podcast platforms.